Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsolicited Bourbon Reviews, episode 67. I know a few days have passed since our last review, and our last review is actually a live one. We actually did 2 live ones over the weekend, and because it's such a great time we had spending time together with the tailgate, doing live reviews, I had to take a few days off. I came back, I felt like shit for about 2.5 days. So, with that being said, I'm glad we can kind of get back to it as we march to episode 100. So today is, as I said, episode 67. And I want to go ahead and do another Smoke Wagon product. So the first Smoke Wagon product we did a Smoke Wagon small batch. So this one right here, this is Smoke Wagon Uncut the Younger. So this is essentially a little brother to Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. So this is fairly new. This dropped this past summer. So they began creating this back in 2020. Just a little David facts and backstory behind this. So through the pandemic, there was kind of a mass shortage of some aged barrels. So kind of just jog your memory. Smoke Wagon is an NDP, which is a non-distillate producing distillery. I know it's kind of an oxymoron calling it distillery, even though it doesn't distill anything. So they don't make their own stuff. So everything is sourced through an MGP. And so they identified there was a major discrepancy because through the pandemic, there's a mass shortage of barrels, so anything 6+, anything 9+. And they said, hey, our flagship bourbon is the Uncut Unfiltered. How do we produce that, but with something that's younger? So these are all 4-year barrels. So I'll go ahead and read the back for you guys. So it says, we took the same philosophy used to create superior, affordable, easy sipping bourbon. Then did not add any water, uncut, non-chill filtered, fruit forward with lots of candy flavors, cinnamon spice, and plenty of heat. So there's a little descriptor in the back. So again, they're out of Vegas. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. And this is a 57.38 ABV, so that puts us at about 115. So definitely the Uncut Unfiltered, meaning that is coming essentially straight from the barrel, straight from the distillate source. So again, applied logic. They want to make something that's affordable. So again, I said this was the younger brother to Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. That usually runs about $90. This runs, I think, out for 45. So I think it's brilliant what they did. So I've obviously had this before. I've definitely been drinking on it. It's a little bit, I would say it's definitely easier to get than Uncut Unfiltered. I'm starting to see small batch everywhere, and I see the regular Smoke Wagon more and more on shelves. So as this becomes more accessible, they created essentially a barrel proof option that's under $50. So we'll talk more on it, but I'm a big fan of the Uncut Unfiltered, which we have not reviewed. We did the small batch. I think the small batch is fantastic as well. I think I gave it a pretty fair, high rating for that matter. So we'll go ahead and get into it. So again, as advertised on the back, this is going to be a fruit forward with lots of candy flavors. So the mash bill itself is undisclosed, other than the fact that it says it's a 36% rye base. So again, high rye, right? High rye. So it's kind of telling us it's gonna be high rye with some candy flavors. So again, this is gonna be pretty fun to review, and I think it's definitely gonna be it's gonna be challenging for that matter, because it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be rye heavy, and it's also gonna have some sweet tones to it. So let's go ahead and give it a pour. Really nice, nice amber color. Sorry, just so you guys can see the bottle. Nose, it's straight strawberry, which is really unique since it's a rye heavy, rye forward, or high rye. Usually we get more of like an orange zest or citrus. That 115 is not as pungent. It's funny because we did, which one was it? Ammunition. It was 90 proof, and it was like straight fucking rubbing alcohol. All right, enough about that. We'll go ahead and give it a sip and review it. All right, so this is, you get that rye punch, but definitely smooths out. I get cotton candy, then some of that vanilla, kind of that Werther's butterscotch, and the kind of back ends because that rye, that pepper taste to it. It's great finish on it, especially for 115. So I definitely, the second sip, I get more of that strawberry, kind of tastes like a Swedish fish. Again, those super sweet candy notes are definitely there. But I think that's kind of what they did. They said, hey, we do something super sweet with a high rye mash bill, and I think that's exactly what they played it perfectly on this. Yeah, this is good stuff. So price point, I say this is an 8.5 taste.